We know in the boxing community, there's a lot of hate thrown at Floyd Mayweather because the leading candidate for his September 12th bout is Andre Berto. Now, I would agree that Floyd's opponent is strategically placed and he fights people at certain times and he attempts to get maximum dollar with the least amount of risk with I would say the last 5 to 7 fights that he's had. And but what I want to make apparent to the boxing community is Triple G is 33, 34 years old. I think he's 33 and 0, 34 and 0, somewhere in there. Forgive me for not remembering exactly, but the people he's fought, he's on par with his boxing resume is on par with the prospect. You know, I was looking at Earl Spence, the people he's fought. I mean, he's one step ahead of him, maybe 1.5 steps ahead of him in terms of competition, but nowhere near the the boxers that Floyd Mayweather has fought. So, with that being said, if you're gonna hate Floyd Mayweather, and it's easy to hate Floyd Mayweather, I can see how you can, because I didn't like Floyd Mayweather for a long period of time after he was convicted of that crime of hitting a woman. I can't lie that I had some disdain in my heart towards him, but um, his resume far exceeds a Triple G's resume. I mean, just think about it. Floyd Mayweather beat the fighter of the decade, Canelo, future fighter of the decade. That's what they want him to be. Um, Marquez, the professor in the ring. Um, he hasn't even fought a Marquez yet. You know, if you think about it, Triple G, I'm making up Triple G. Obviously, hasn't fought a Manny Pacquiao type of talent. Obviously, haven't fought a Canelo Alvarez type of talent. So, with all that being said, yes, put the pressure on Floyd Mayweather, but shouldn't you put more pressure on Triple G because we've never even seen Triple G play defense in the ring. He hasn't had to. You know, he's never had to take a step backwards in the ring because of pressure. Um, he's never gotten off the canvas, but Floyd never has either. Some people count that Zab Judah knockdown when his glove touched the ring. So in theory, he has been knocked down once in his career, but the ref didn't call it. But I think that if you're gonna hold Floyd Mayweather accountable, which is fair, I mean, Berto is not the best opponent for September 12th. There are other far more valid opponents than Andre Berto, but he is a former champion, and he would have fought him if he would have beat Victor Ortiz. So give or take a few, all those are some years ago, but you get what I'm trying to say. But you need to put more pressure on Tom Loeffler and Triple G to get in the ring with some opponents. There are some willing and able opponents now. David Lemieux, that fight ain't gonna happen because if David Lemieux loses, Oscar De La Hoya only has one fighter left, and that would be Canelo Alvarez. And if Canelo Alvarez loses to Cotto, De La, De La Hoya has to climb back up the ladder and rehab his fighters and his promotional company. So I don't see David Lemieux and Triple G happening. Um, Laura has called them out. Um, Andre Ward at 168. So, I mean, there are some places he can go. But now the pressure is actually on them because there are no available fighters, you know. And the fighters that he's capable of facing, the majority of them under Al Heyman. You got the Chalo brothers, you have Laura, you have James Nagel who just signed with Al Heyman. You have the Durrell brothers, so they're more than enough opponents for him to fight. But we'll see what Tom Loeffler and Triple G does in the coming weeks because they have to name an opponent. But I can't see Triple G fighting someone tough this year because if he loses, HBO only has Canelo and Canelo, and Kovalev. So they only have two fighters left that are of substance because once Triple G loses, or if he loses, all that mass appeal kind of explodes in everyone's faces. So um, I'm excited to see who they're going to name as an opponent. Um, I believe Tom Lawfer is able to negotiate with Al Heyman for a fight because he's not under the umbrella of Top Rank and or Golden Boy, so he can promote a fight. But obviously, the logistics of it would be on what network would it be on HBO, Showtime, or under the PBC series. So getting back to my original point, Floyd Mayweather is 48-0, and his last four opponents has been Manny Pacquiao, Maidana, Canelo Alvarez, and Robert the Ghost Guerrero. Triple G's last four opponents has been Martin Murray, the guy he knocked out at the Forum from back east that had no power. I forget his name. And Gil, I think he fought Gil. Or no, was that? Yeah, I think he fought Gil. So I forgive me for forgetting the fourth one. But I think Triple G needs to step his game up. And um, I and I don't see who he can fight if he doesn't go negotiate with Al Heyman. Because again, Lemieux is not getting in the ring with him. I can't see that happening. Um, so Floyd Mayweather is going to fight Berto, and people are going to throw tomatoes at the screen and cyberly attack Floyd Mayweather for fighting Berto. But if you get a chance, read my listen to my reasoning why he's fighting Berto. It's over Miss Jackson. So you know, the story of a man's pride. Most of us do know, and how much we value our woman, how protective we are of him. So he wants to beat Berto. He's had a vendetta against Berto for a few years now. But Triple G. So if you're gonna throw those tomatoes at the computer screen at Floyd Mayweather, you need to throw those tomatoes at Triple G and cyberly attack Triple G and Tom Lawfer for taking these half-baked opponents. If that's a cool metaphor, they're not even, you can't even take them out the oven yet. Oh man. So we'll just sit back and see what Triple G is going to fight. I believe he has to fight in October, November. So we'll see. So this is Barbershop Conversation. I appreciate you guys' support thus far, and I'm excited to bring you guys more boxing content. Thanks, guys.